It's been a while since I dropped this shit. What's up? Katie, let's go. Yeah. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, yeah. You know we don't play guys. I'm blessed, I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse, I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle.
He's heating up!
I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas ain't using me. They want my energy, ain't nothing new, this is usual. These figures confusing me. What's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles.
He's heating up!
KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need amusement.
He's on fire!
Whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah. They're controlling the youth, agenda.
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
We just abusing them, that's a fact. We try to roll with a ballad act. Fucking low key with a Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got that. Get the fuck up out your little bubble. They wanna ask how much it costs, I said it double. Gorilla beer, these niggas only rockin' stubble. The realest nigga make these bitches start to stumble. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
This is not about freedom. I'll use my power to get them out of the way. Come on. I got hairy legs.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole Norma.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Ooh, welcome everyone to episode 22 hundo and 56 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 flexing on all you.
Fucking Catalina wine.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, fam. Welcome to the stream, episode 2256. It's Sunday, July the 8th, and it is Ask Papa Swolio Live. Let's get a little American to get us started off. All right. Okay, so if you're new to the show, today is the day. Every single Sunday, we just take pure questions, so you can jump right ahead. and start asking your questions in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio along with your questions so it stands out, and I will try to answer as many as possible. Of course, we'll take some from Instagram as well, but I want to opt for the live stream chat, so make sure you drop in the comments below. Share the stream with people that need some knowledge cock in their ear holes, and of course, hit the like button, subscribe, and share the live cast. Let's fucking do it, beaches. Come on now.
Inconceivable!
It's going to be a great day. I hope you made some sick fucking gains. I hope you keep on crushing it. Today, I sent out a message asking all of you what you were doing to stay focused this weekend, and the responses are fantastic. So I'm going to give some shout outs in the pre-roll for those of you that are just listening to the podcast, or maybe you like to watch and you also like to listen, because the intros and the pre-rolls and the member spotlights are fantastic. So if you're not yet following on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts, make sure you're subscribed to the Daily Swole. That being said, all those links in the show notes down below to join the Swole fam today. Before we get into even busting the nut open and getting today started, we got an accountability meeting tomorrow. We got a fucking accountability meeting tomorrow. It's Monday, July the 11th. It's going to be a great time. We have some brand new releases. We will take some private member Q&A. And of course, it's a live call, so maybe we'll have some members come up on stage. It's a great time tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. Don't miss out on that. Monday, July 11th. That is tomorrow. And of course, if you can't make it, we have the replays available inside Swole TV. But be there tomorrow at noon, and it's going to be awesome. Brand new drops. It's going to be fucking fire. That was not bad.
A 10.
That was a good start right there.
A 10. A fucking 10.
All right. We got a little Rufus here. Got a little Tainty Cam. He's sleepy. He's getting ready for his big walk after the show because it's so hot during the day. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode, shall we? Let's bust the nut open. Let's summon the Falcon, and we will start taking those questions. Beaches. Nice, Falcon. Respect, respect, respect. Very nice. Very, very nice. Thank you, Leo. Much appreciated. There you go. Cheers, Leo. Cheers, big guy. All right, fam. Hashtag Swole Privilege. Drop that in the comments down below. It is time to get into today's Q&A-ness. Let's fucking go.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that
It is time.
for me.
Hashtag Swole Privilege for a chance to win today's Swole card. All right, so no Swole fan post today. Pure questions. Let them rip. Let's fucking get it started. We'll start with Steven, because it's not a question. And he clarified it's not a question. Steven actually says, not a question, but grocery shopped yesterday and bought only grass-fed ground beef and skirt steak, fresh fruit and veggies, and realized it was basically the same price as all the crap I was eating. No, you don't fucking say. You don't say. That's awesome, though. No, let's get some applause. That's awesome. You don't say. That's great, dude. That's great. That's excellent. It's very shocking when you realize that. Remember, it's not extra money. You're not buying all the shit. You're not going to Starbucks. You're not buying packs of gum and energy drinks. Like, think of all the shit that you spend. You need to go into your budget. If you're one of those people, and I get it, maybe things are tight and you have a lot of stuff that you have to pay for, bills. I understand. You have things that you need to focus on, but food is your top priority. Come on, that's how you're fucking surviving. Nothing else, your work, your family, your relationships, nothing else is going to be good if your health sucks, if you're not fueling your body properly. Imagine having a car and just pouring like alcohol or sugar in the gas tank. You're going to fuck that shit up. It's not going to run well. How are you going to do anything else in your life well if you're not eating well? It's just fundamental. Trust me, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to perform better. You'll work better. You'll have better ideas. You'll think more clearly. You'll be less stressed and anxious. It's everything. It's everything. All right, Michael. Papa just bought a Ledger Nano S Plus to take self-custody of my Bitcoin. Good man. Stamping seed phrases onto metal washers. Metal washers. I'm questioning about that. Would it be smart to keep half the words in my safe and half in a bank SD box, like a bank? No. Well, all right. So let's talk about this for a second. Metal washers, what's their melting point? There is, it's more expensive. If you go to a place like Crypto Tag, they have, if you're going to stamp your seed phrases in, you want to make sure that this shit's not going to melt in a fire. So you need to make sure that, I don't know what the metal washers are rated for, but definitely stamping your seed phrase. You can put your seed phrases anywhere you want, but just make sure, in other words, writing them on paper, not that safe. Stamping them into metal that's rated for X amount of degrees, much, much better, right? I would personally, I would memorize those. I would memorize the words. It's beneficial, but of course your memory can be fallible and you bump your head and then you don't have a good memory. But I would not store anything in a bank. If you are concerned, if you have over a certain amount of crypto, Bitcoin, you might want to look into a service like, what is it, Casa, and I think Unchained Capital. I think they do multi-sig, and multi-sig means multi-signature wallets where you'll hold two keys and they hold one. In other words, if you lose one, you're still able to unlock your coin. So it's like a little bit of an additional layer of security, but I would not put it in a bank. What if the bank goes under? What if the bank, you can have bank security boxes seized by the government, and they don't have to check with you first. There's a lot of loopholes there. So that's your money. Your seed phrase is access to your money. Even if your nano breaks, it's okay. You put your seed phrase in because it's, was it BIP32? I think that's the encryption, like the archive of words that they source these seed phrases from. You just enter it in a new wallet. So you don't, like, your nano that's just your hardware wallet in which you're accessing it, but your seed phrase is your money. So if you don't have control of your keys and your seed phrase, then that's the security vector. You want to make sure you have those secure. So I would not put it in a bank. Fuck the banks. But good for you. Good for you. And this is a process. It's a practice. And you might do it one way for a little bit, and then you might realize you want to upgrade it. And it really depends on your stash. It really depends on how much Bitcoin you have, and what helps you sleep at night. I think bottom line, you definitely want to be sovereign. You definitely want to be independent. You might want to start looking into running your own node, Michael. So that's the next thing. So you don't need to run through Ledger's node in order to process transactions and stuff. But I would just remember there's a learning process. So as you learn more and as you accumulate more, your security should match that. Weston, what are your thoughts on raw beef diet for autoimmune disorders? What do you mean, like raw everything? I eat raw liver, raw heart. I eat raw bone marrow. I don't eat raw like ground beef or raw steak. You could. I've seen people do it. I haven't gone that far. I don't know if it's necessarily as optimal to eat all of it raw, because, I mean, cooking can make these nutrients more available. So I haven't gone that far. But raw beef, I would just go carnivore first. I would go carnivore first, making sure you're doing nose to tail carnivore for autoimmune. And then you can dabble with raw, but I wouldn't go straight to raw. A lot of people do hardcore extremes. They just eat normally, like, hey, I want to get healthy. I read somewhere raw vegan is great. Then you just go raw vegan and they deal with all this bloating and lack of proper nutrition. They go too extreme. So I would focus on getting more grass-fed beef, organ meats, going that route, which is essentially just more of a very, not fringe, but it's more of an elimination diet. You're literally eliminating everything else but meat, organs, and animal foods. So I would do that before you go full raw. But for example, raw liver is fantastic. I love it. I prefer it. Jiggly bum flesh. Jiggly bum flesh. Papa Swolio, I've plateaued with my weight loss. I've been pretty consistent, in a pretty consistent calorie deficit of 500 a day. I have sleep apnea, so it makes not nibbling very difficult. What does that have to do with not nibbling? What would you recommend I do? Do you breathe through your nose? Fundamentally, you might want to use some mouth tape, so you're forcing yourself to breathe through your nose. I do that at night. I've been doing that for a long time. there's a great, what book is it? James Nestor, The Breath or Art of the Breath. It's a great book so you can learn how to breathe better. You don't want to breathe through your mouth. You want to breathe through your nose. I don't know what you're eating. What else are you doing? Are you lifting weights? Are you exercising? Are you, what are you doing? A calorie deficit isn't really the most important thing. It really isn't. It's more important that you're having that nutrient density. So you need to build lean muscle mass. If you build lean muscle mass, you're going to metabolize more fat. You're going to increase your resting metabolic rate, your basal metabolic rate. People don't understand this. That's why women are always trying to cut calories and eat 1,200 a day. No, lift more fucking weights, aggressively try to build muscle. You'll be able to eat more, be more satisfied, and you'll shred more body fat, and you'll have that shape and the tone, which is bullshit, but it's really just lean muscle that you want. Oh, there you go. Samurai Guy swinging the steel club as I listen. Let's get some gorillas for Samurai Guy. Swing that fucking club. Steven, approximately how many calories do you personally need to stay swole? I would have to look. I don't calculate. I don't at all. So I actually have no fucking idea what I'm eating. In terms of the quantity, I eat to my satisfaction. When I'm hungry, I feast and I eat meat, fruit. So I have the certain foods that I eat and I eat to my heart's content. I don't like measure like, oh, I had enough protein or I had enough this or let me add some more of that. I just eat meat and fruit, and I'm just gravitating more and more towards just steak and fruit. I haven't had sweet potatoes. I rarely have rice or white rice or anything, maybe slightly when we have like our bone broth meals, but not really. I just really crave meat and fruit. So I don't know approximately how many calories. I would assume I'm consuming probably 2,500 to 3,000. I would assume I'm eating around that. Anywhere between 2,000 and 3,000. I know that's vague, but probably 2,500 to 3. All right, let's see. More from Jiggly Bumflesh. Papa Swolio, I also keep 0 sugar chocolate and veggie chips around as the sleep apnea makes the hunger uncontrollable. I count the calories. I know, but it's the only thing that seems to help. I'm not sure what's going on here. The sleep apnea makes the hunger uncontrollable, so you're unable to sleep. And so you're just, in other words, because you're chronically exhausted, you're just hungry? Is that what you're saying? Those foods, those things are trash, by the way. So you're not helping yourself by eating garbage. We need to find more. We need to figure out what's going on here. Do you have any of those machines for sleep apnea? I'm not a sleep apnea expert, but getting better foods in your diet and breathing properly. I mean, of course, that's a practice, but let's see. Weston, I eat raw liver from a trusted source, but I think you answered the question. I've been doing carnivore for a year now due to autoimmune disorders. Just wonder if there was an extra benefit. I don't know from totally. Certain things I eat raw, like I said, but I don't think you need to eat everything raw. You also shouldn't be burning the fuck out of your food. There's a lot of other issues when it comes to like carcinogens and stuff, and it's a tightrope. I mean, in other words, get to the level that you're at, and then like a lot of people listen to what I say, and of course I'm saying eat steak, eat all these different things, but going from 0 to 100 is challenging. So just take that next step. Bottom line, just take that next step from where you are. But don't make excuses like, oh, well, I only want to take a small step, so let me just eat less chips. It's like, no, make some fucking moves, but don't think you have to go from where you are to what I'm doing like in one day, And when it comes to the mouth tape, it's just a little piece of surgical tape. It's like a little square. Just put it here. You can still breathe out the side of your mouth if you need to, but when you're sleeping, you're not going to be like, and that's what most people do. Raises your anxiety and stuff, your mouth breathing. It's not good. Frank Mavica, Papa Swolio, would yoga once every other week be a good start as a supplement to my lifting routine? Nowhere near as often enough. Once every other week? No, you should be doing it a few times a week. Trust me. Just start by doing a small session. Do like 15 or 20 minutes. Do one of our Swolga classes or do one of our Express classes and do that 2 or 3 times a week. That will be a good start to supplement your lifting routine. Once every other week is nowhere near enough. It's good, but even once a week is not sufficient. Like you'll love it. You will love it. Just do a shorter class. Just do a shorter class more frequently. I would say start with a shorter class and do it twice a week. Set yourself up for something that you're going to be consistent with, but trust me, do it more frequently is better than more or less often. Much better. Okay. Let's see. The Dusty Dud. What do you think of Walmart grass-fed ground beef and frozen fruits and veggies? Is as good as Whole Foods and organic? I mean, it's better than eating crap, right? It is. It is. I don't know where Walmart gets their. I don't shop at Walmart, so I don't know where they get their ground beef from. The thing is, you want to get grass-fed and grass-finished, so I'm assuming it's grain-finished, so it's not 100% grass-fed. I don't know if it says so on the listing, but anytime you're going to like that kind of a level of mass production, I'm not sure what the quality control is on that. If you're servicing a large chain like Walmart, it's definitely a massive improvement. I just don't know exactly the details of where it's coming from. But yeah, it's much better than crap. It's 1,000% better. No question about it. Yeah, that's why, Frank. You did an hour power. That's the thing. All right. I did an hour power yoga class and it kicked my ass. Yeah, because, all right, let me clarify this. Power yoga is for people who don't want to lift weights. And I'm not joking. This is for women who only do yoga. Power yoga is like the equivalent to resistance training at a yoga studio. So they make some for the really hardcore people that only do yoga. You're doing a lot of vinyasas and push-ups and holds and isometric and up and down. It's pretty much a body weight workout class. It's not really yoga. That's like a fitness class. So I don't recommend power yoga. If you're doing weight training and maces and all this kind of stuff, you need more restorative. Frank, try one of our yin classes. Try one of our recovery classes. Try one of our express yin or express recovery flows. I mean, there's so many different types of yoga. Yin yoga is fantastic. And our yin yoga in our studio is long holds. You're doing long holds. So you're doing like maybe 30 seconds, a minute, maybe multiple minutes in certain poses, letting gravity take over, gets really deep into the fascial connective tissue, and it's restorative. Power yoga is a workout. So yeah, no wonder you're trying to do it once every other week. I'm not a fan of power yoga stuff. All right. Let's see. More questions. Drop in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. And of course, make sure you're checking out all the links down below for swolenormousx.com. We have an accountability meeting tomorrow, so tomorrow's episode will be private for members only. I know. Calm your tits. You can join the fam, swolenormousx.com, and then you don't have to miss it. So stop being a beach. Join the fam today if you've been listening to the show for a while. You owe it to yourself to go deeper with the Swole fam. We fucking crush it. You can ask questions 24/7 in the Telegram chat and the Facebook group, and we're all chiming in all the time, private Q&As when we do our roundtables and our live accountability meetings and all that stuff. So get access to the greatest fam in Zahrealm. You're here all the time anyway, listening or banging your eye holes. So join us over there. Anaga, RC, Papa Swolio, what's a good back and chest workout? What's a good back and chest workout? Not going to answer that question because do pressing, do some pull-ups, do some rows. What's a good one? There are many. There are many. I have no idea who you are, what you're trying to accomplish. So a workout's only as good as the protocol and everything else that's backing it up. Depends on what your goals are. What's good for one person isn't good for someone else. So if I told you what I do, chances are it's going to put you 6 feet under. So it's a very vague question. Let's see. GR Lucifer. Papa Swolio, sir, I want to reduce my fat and stomach. Is cardio and balancing the diet the only thing? Please give me some tips. Fuck cardio. Cardio is so overblown. You need to be lifting weights. So you need to do an elimination diet. Check us out, swolenormousx.com, and go to the main menu and go to 7 Pillars. Download your copy of the 7 Pillars. There's links in the description down below. They'll take you right there. But download that and learn the principles of what we follow, and then that'll give you a better framework as to how to proceed. And if you're ready to join the fam, you could join the fam, but start there. It's a free download. Check out the 7 Pillars. That's the best place that you can start. Welcome to the show. Enrique, holy crap. Tainty man, what are you doing? What you doing, buddy? You're a good boy. Aww. You're a good boy. All right, Enrique Vera, Papa Swolio, in your experience as a personal trainer, did you have any clients that consumed cannabis on a daily and decreased their performance? Does it depend person to person? Yeah, I mean, I've been around people that smoke. I mean, decrease their performance. I think it depends on how much you're consuming and what type you're consuming. And of course, it depends on the person. But at the same time, it's not necessarily a performance enhancer. I mean, if you're getting fucking bombed before you work out, you're not going to be focusing or pushing hard, but to each their own. So I think it also depends on how you're consuming it as well. So I don't know if you have anything further to follow up with that question, but are you finding that it's decreasing your performance? I mean, it's not a performance enhancer, but I guess it can be for certain things. It depends on what you determine as a performance enhancer, right? Certain things, like maybe in yoga, you're zoned out and you're doing the flows, but for example, you don't want to get like super high and then do meditation, because you want to create meditation. You want to create this mindfulness and this focus from within. You don't want to be like artificially put in these different states. But of course, then there's other things like ayahuasca and other kinds of shit that people do. So, there's a lot of opinion and open-ended. So I think it just depends on the situation. Lacey, not a question, but a comment. You tricked me. I did a body scan, and in 6 weeks, I'm up 2.7 pounds in muscle, and I'm down 2.5 pounds of fat, I'm assuming. It got cut off there. The scale hasn't really moved, proving the point of not following the scale. Yeah, the scale is just one vector of measurement. So if you're only going by the scale, you can put on, I always use the same analogy. You can put a bucket of water and a small child on a scale and it'd be like, it's 10 pounds. But, it's obviously there's two completely different things. Wouldn't you say a bucket of water is different than a baby? I would say so. Steven, favorite workout for bigger traps? There's a lot of good ones. You could do the standard shrugs. You can do like angled. You could do farmer's walks. You could do angled shrugs, leaning forward slightly, so you really get that middle trap and the rhomboids there. Yeah, I mean, I think great things for shrugs are things like the hex bar, where you can really get, in the middle of the weight. But farmer's walks are fantastic. Deadlifts are excellent. I mean, that's mostly what most people look at are the upper trapezius, but what's much more important are the middle and the lower trapezius. And most people just do upper trapezius and they really compound problems in their neck. I would focus on the middle and lower traps. So make sure you're doing scapular retractions. You could do what's called like Y raise for your lower trapezius. You can do scapular depressions. There's a bunch of different exercises, but I would focus on the middle and lower trapezius. That will give you more like 3D and thickness in your back. I wouldn't overdo the upper traps. That's overrated. Also for upper traps, doing Lou raises. He's the Chinese power lifter. You grab like the big, like the 10-pound bumper plates, and you make just big circles all the way up. You could do a lot of cool shoulder stuff with the clubs too. I do side raises and shit with the clubs. It's fucking badass too, because you can get different angles that you can't get with dumbbells. All right, scrolling down. If I miss a question, just repeat. Let's see here. Let's see. Annika, how's the butterfly farm going? Butterfly farm. It's good. I have, it's just these plants. We still have to repot certain ones. We're not really putting anything in the ground. We're just keeping it all in pots, but it's going well. Not as many butterflies during the summer. I guess they migrate maybe further south. But the spring is when it was just everywhere. There were like hundreds of butterflies around. But in the summer, it's not as much. It's more like sporadic, but you have little ones, but the plants are beautiful. It comes in bursts and you notice different times. And this is the first full year that we've had the plants. So different times of the year or different times the plants are going to be more in season. And as they cycle through, and certain butterflies are more prevalent at different times of the year. Frank, I'm 50 and have been back at it for 6 months. I'm having trouble slimming the belly fat. Any workout suggestions? Has nothing to do with your training aside from weight training, resistance training, cutting out all the inflammatory foods, elimination diet, meditation, proper sleep every single night, all these other things. So good for you. Have you downloaded the 7 pillars? You also might want to check out the Swole fam over at Swolenormous X. Maybe it's time for you to join if you want a full program. We have like lots of workout suggestions. I mean, it's not just a suggestion. It's getting on a program and sticking to it, making sure that you're hitting all 7 pillars as a part of your program. That's really important. So it's not just diet. It's not just training. EP576, Papa Swolio, what's the most important equipment to have for exercising at home? Well, that depends on what your goals are. So for the most affordable and for the most affordable and the most space oriented, because usually if you're exercising at home, usually space is a concern. Kettlebells is fantastic. They're fantastic because you can get a couple kettlebells for not that expensive, and they don't take up much space. You could take them, you could travel with them. They're very dynamic. I wouldn't say there's anything most important. It really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If you're going to be doing barbell work, you should have a rack or a cage. That way you can have a spotter or spotter arms, because if you're training by yourself, you don't want to hurt yourself. So I think it really depends on your space and how much you're looking to spend. So in terms of most important equipment, yoga mat, some kettlebells, some dumbbells, maybe adjustable dumbbells for at home. I mean, if you have like unlimited, like, hey, I'm going to build out a full gym, then the most important there could be a lot of things that you could put in there. So it really depends on like, okay, how much do you have to spend? How much space? You could be training outside, inside. What are you trying to accomplish? Okay, here are some good things you can do. So it really depends on what you're trying to accomplish and how much money you have to spend and how much space. Heidi, how can I get into the live overtime and the accountability meeting? I don't want to miss again, and I'm kind of techno-tarded. Go to your homepage and follow the instructions. Right when you log in, all the links and all the information on what to download the app, to join the groups, it's all there on the homepage. So overtimes are done in Swole TV as well as the Daily Swole Telegram chat. So if you join all the chats, when I send out the Swole text and we're going over there, you just open it up and you can log in. When it comes to the accountability meeting, we do it through an app. It's all there on your homepage. Download that app, and then I'll send you an alert at 12 noon. You go into your account right there on your homepage. There's a button. You click it, and it'll open up automatically. So just go to your homepage right when you log in. You'll see like the bulletin board, and make sure you download the appropriate-ish. Also, your Get Started series will break that down for you too when you first join. So if you haven't gone through your Get Started series, that's probably why. If you have any other further questions, you can send us an email to support@swolearmors.com. Drop questions in the Telegram chat or wherever you've joined already, or you can use the live chat on the website. Steven, do you do any neck workouts? Not particularly. I don't do a ton of neck like focus stuff. Are there exercises that can eliminate the cracking and popping that occurs in my neck when I move my head around a circle? Moving around a circle more would definitely help. Yoga is definitely fantastic for that. There are a lot of different things you can get, like those halos and things that you can twist your neck. You could do body weight exercises and things of that sort. Ibrahim, Papa Swolio, I've been sick with COVID for 4 days. Tomorrow I can go back to the gym. Should I take it easy or just hop right back in? You've been sick with COVID for 4 days. Tomorrow I can go back to the gym. Is that how it works? 4 days and then it's over? Isn't it like 2 weeks, or what are they doing now? What are they trying to tell people to do once you get the flu? You should definitely take it easy because you don't know how you're going to respond to it. Don't forget, when you train, you tank your immune system too. You challenge your immune system. So like if you're already compromised, that might, you might actually get, I don't know what you're actually personally dealing with. So just be mindful. Just take it easy. Go back and do see how you feel. Why don't you just go by how you feel? I wouldn't go in and try to do like max out on shit. Just take care of yourself. Keith, Papa Swolio, do you still do yoga? Have you tried the Power Yoga by Diamond Dallas? No. Do I still do yoga? Yeah. I mean, we just uploaded a Swolga class the other week. So yeah, I do yoga and I teach some of the classes in X. Do you go to Whole Foods? Dusty Dud? We do go to Whole Foods. We have a Whole Foods close to us. Tuesday will be 1 week since I've had any junk food. Only been eating meat, eggs, fruits, and veggies. Awesome. Also, there's some great online places if you're looking for grass-fed beef, like U.S. Wellness Meat, Circle C Farms. Some people use Butcher Box here. So you can always get a poll and ask questions. And those of you that order online or you go to a local butcher or a local farm, sliding around. There's a lot of farmers markets and stuff like that, depending on where you live. So wherever you get your beef from or other foods from, you could drop in the comments down below. But most of the time, Mama Swolio, she'll go to Whole Foods and do like a haul every week or two. All right. Let's see. Frank, just setting up home gym, got a free bench and a mishmash of weights. What site do you recommend for bars and plates? Depends on how much you're looking to spend. It really does. I would go on OfferUp and Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. A lot of people are selling stuff, so you can definitely save on shipping, because obviously when you're just buying weights, you're just buying straight shit. But I usually try to get stuff from, Rogue. A lot of people say, oh, the shipping and this like that. Depends on what kind of stuff you want. I mean, plates are plates, but if they're quality plates, if you're getting rubber plates or metal plates, if you go cheap out, I was watching a TikTok, right? I was watching a TikTok, and some guy was saying, I bought a rack and stuff, and I realized like, oh man, these plates are expensive. So you like made a mold and made like concrete weights. And it's like, look, that kind of stuff is cool. You're buying the concrete, you're going through all that to mold it. In my opinion, just buy the fucking weights. Buy once, cry once. If you buy a pair of 45-pound plates or whatever it is, yeah, it might be a little bit expensive by your standards up front, but you're not buying it again. Like, how many do you need? If you're super strong, you need more. Like it can get expensive when you're getting six or 4 or 5 or 6 sets of 45s, and yeah, it adds up. But I'm not breaking them. Even if they get a little rust on them, they're fine. Like, you buy the place, you invest, and they're fine, right? So, it depends. A lot of people think short term, like, oh, let me cut corners, but then you get what you make or pay for. Like, get something quality, in my recommendation. There's certain things you really want to make sure that you get quality. You want a good rack. You want equipment that's not going to break on you and hurt you, because bars can break. If you get an economy bar and try to load 300 or 400 pounds on it, it can get bent. Mistakes can happen. This, get some solid shit. So it really depends. Lacey, I saw a post about soy in eggs. Any suggestion for soy-free eggs? Find a place that does soy-free eggs. They'll usually market. It'll say soy-free. Yeah, they feed. That's what we're talking about. That's why grass-fed and grain finish is grain and soy and corn. Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's take another question here. We got one from Mellet Gannon, Papa Swolio. Which pump is better, biceps or triceps? Yes. Which pump is better? I don't know. Fucking cares. Which pump is better? They're all great. Which pump is better, bis or tris? Both. Do a buy and try workout. Get a sick fucking pump. God, these questions are horrendous. I might be Resathirum. Okay. How much time will bulking take? What kind of a question is this? How much time will bulking take? I don't know. As long as you take to bulk. I don't know. If you bulk for a day, it'll take a day. You ain't going to bulk much, though. How much time will bulking take? Oh, my God. Drop your questions in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa.
You switch the samples.
Oh, my God. Let's get a little tainty reprieve on that one. Aww. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. How long is a piece of string? Oh, my God. Yeah. As long as the piece... Fuck. God damn it. That's fucking bullshit. Jeez. Fucking Biden questions here.
I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness.
U7GR. U7GR. Papa Swolio. Why can't I gain weight? Why can't I gain weight 6 months in the FG? I don't even know what that means. Why can't I gain weight? I don't know. You're probably not eating enough food, fundamentally. Sounds like you're not doing anything right. You have a weird screen name. Your profile picture is a fucking camera. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the fuck. Jesus Christ. In the fucking gym? 6 months? Maybe that's it. Maybe it is. Okay, I respect that. 6 months in the fucking gym. I respect that. Let's get a little clap. I respect that. That might be. It might be in the fucking gym. All right, there you go. Thank you. 6 months in the fucking gym. Well, number one, I remember my first beer. I've been training for over 20 years, so get used to not getting results. Okay. 6 months in the fucking gym. 6 months is nothing. Nothing. And why can't you gain weight? You're probably not lifting properly or eating enough food or sleeping properly or following any of the 7 pillars. I don't know why you can't gain weight. I don't know anything about you. Jesus Christ. From EX on the live stream. Can you look very good and still be unhealthy? Yeah, you can have health problems for sure. Look at pro bodybuilders. Look at people that are fucking juiced out of their mind and, you know, putting their bodies through extremely stressful situations. They look, quote, very good. It depends on what your opinion is of what looking very good is. Seriously, that's very subjective. What do you think looks good? What do you determine as looking good? But yeah, I was muscular and lean, and I was nowhere near as healthy as I am now. I didn't feel as good, and I didn't perform as well. Is this a joke? Are you trying to fucking troll me? Gained off the way? What are your thoughts on intermittent fasting? God fucking damn it.
We choose truth over facts.
Yes, I think it's totally fine for you not to stuff your face all day. God, if only people actually fasted. No, very few people would be fat. Yeah, probably. Heidi, will there be a screaming duck in the store soon? Do we want a screaming duck? Yeah, you can get your own screaming duck. Yeah, screaming duck coming real soon. Real soon. Weston, I know you mentioned electrolytes before, especially Redmond real salt. I prefer Celtic sea salt, actually. Is that all you use, or do you mix your own? There's also some good unflavored electrolyte mixes you can use. I play around with different salt amounts and stuff like that because sometimes I'll cramp up. I'm outside all the time, so I'm sweating like fucking crazy, and then there's a sauna, and you know, especially in the summer, like I gotta ramp up a little bit. But you can make sure Celtic sea salt's my favorite salt. And also there's some good electrolyte powders that you can get that are unflavored. I don't like any of the flavoring. So you can look at those as well. Muscle Feast makes a good one. There's a bunch of them on Amazon if you want to look it up. Just get unflavored. You don't want all those artificial sweeteners and shit like that. But salt is good for you. Good salt is very good. Very, very good. Steven, I was 145 pounds 5 years ago, and I'm 6'4". Holy shit, you are a rail thin. I always said it was because of, quote, fill in the blank excuse. Turns out I wasn't eating anything. Yeah, no shit. My God, good for you that you're eating now. That you're eating. Good. Good. EX, I look good, muscular, etc., but I smoke a lot and still feel unhealthy. Also, my nutrition is perfect. Well, that's the fastest way for me to know that your nutrition is not perfect at all. What are you eating? There's no such thing as perfect nutrition, so you better throw that fucking thought out of your head. Bursting bubbles left and right, but no one's nutrition's perfect. That's the fastest way to say I'm not eating properly. Now you got to define. Now tell me what you're eating. What's perfect nutrition? Do tell. I'm curious. Xander Darks, Papa Swolio, in terms of cardio, does 40 minutes of elliptical do better than 40 minutes on the treadmill? Personally, I wouldn't waste my time. You're losing 40 minutes out of your day either way. No, it's both fucking nonsense. What a waste of time. Do some kettlebell circuits or something like that. Do some mace bell. Do some steel club. Go for a walk outside. So much better than doing on a fucking elliptical. Do some sandbag work. There's much better ways to improve cardiovascular capacity and actually build muscle and lift fucking weights. Cardio is so overblown. It doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing cardio, but endless running. Think about what marathon runners look like. Think about what people that do tons of cardio look like. If you want to know what people, look at the people doing cardio all the time. How do they look? Skinny fat or fat fat? That's how they look. Just saying. Overrated. Doesn't mean you don't have good heart health, but you get cardio mimicking benefits when you're in the sauna. So I go take Rufus on a long walk, so I'm getting, you know, lower intensity, longer duration cardio. It doesn't mean you can't do sprints. I mean, I do stuff. I do sled work, so I'm getting my cardio in. I don't have to go for a fucking marathon run. Dusty Dud, Papa Swolio, when you get fruits and veggies, do you get them fresh, frozen, or both? Both. I don't eat veggies, but fruits, yeah. I like frozen fruit. I like fresh fruit. You know, the mango tree outside, fruits, but it's kind of already past fruiting already. And the fucking birds and the goddamn iguanas and the squirrels eat all the fucking mangoes. I got to get myself I have a 22. I have a 22. I have a Glock 44, so I can get out there and go pew, pew. But nah, it's a legit gun. I'm not going to go firing a gun out there, but I need like a BB gun so I can kill these fucking things eating my goddamn mangoes. But at the same time, circle of life, they're going to eat the mangoes, but it's frustrating because a lot of times mangoes fall and they're like half eaten. And if there's a couple bites out of one side, that's fine. I'll cut it out and I'll eat the rest. But a lot of times it's eaten halfway through and there's ants all over. And it's like, oh, fuck. Eating my goddamn mangoes. Steven, quick thoughts on alcohol consumption. Definitely not good for you. Not good for you. I used to drink scotch and stuff. I have tons of like really nice bottles of scotch. I haven't had alcohol in a year probably or two, like even a sip. I probably had like one little, like one finger of scotch in the past like 2 years. I just haven't desired it. Saying besides yourself, who is your favorite fitness personality? I don't have one. My favorite phone. I don't fanboy. My favorite. I don't even think about it actually. Don't have one. If you have a name or something like what I think about certain people, I don't know a lot of people in the industry. I don't have like names off the top of my head, but I don't follow a lot of fitness content. Aside from doing like research or from looking up specific things, I think there's a couple, I don't even know their names. There might be a couple here and there that I'll see a video. I'm like, oh, some good info or some good information or good advice. It's like a couple people, like sometimes on TikTok, I'll see like a video. I'm like, oh, it's a good one, or that's a good exercise, or, oh yeah, that's a good point, or that's a good thing. But, EX, a lot of fruits and vegetables, chicken breast, eggs, 4 liters of water a day, 2x protein per 1 kilogram of body weight. I'm sorry, wait. Oh, is this like the perfect diet? Wow. Where's the fucking beef and the liver and the organs, son? Where is that shit? Perfect diet. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Ah, it's all right. You could troll me. You can't troll me. I don't give a shit. You can try trolling. It's all right. No one's trolling me. These questions are funny. It's great. Look, the Ask Papa Swole Live, we got about 10, 15 minutes, but you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes great questions, sometimes a mix of both, sometimes just like fucking just bomb. Some people just bomb. Like this one, Dark X Vampire X. How do I keep consistent? Jesus fucking Christ.
You're not making this easy on me,
These
boy.
Instagram questions, sometimes, like rarely are they good. They're just like, how do I lift gym? It's like someone from India is like, barely speaks English, but respectful, but it's like, I won't understand it. How do I keep consistent? By being consistent. By being consistent. By doing it. How do I keep consistent? By fucking doing it. Setting a plan and executing. Fucking doing it.
He's on fire!
Oh my God. I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Going to lose my mind, fam. By the way, make sure you are ready for tomorrow. Oh my God. After today, I'm going to need a day off from the podcast. I mean, of course, we're going to do our live call tomorrow at 12 noon. So be there. SwoleNormousX.com. Join the fam today. Fucking fire. The live call is going to be great. I love it. Best way to start the week. But man, I need a break. I'm going to need a break from this for a day. You're breaking me, fam. Trying to break Papa Swolio. Let's see. I'll ask a serious question now. Gaindolf the Way. Would you be willing to do a procast talking about the journey of starting your business and any general business tips? Yeah, maybe. I just haven't updated, kind of ditched the other podcasts. Not sure if I'm going to be updating any of them anymore, just because I've been putting all my attention to Daily Swole and to Swole Enormous X and all the other stuff. But I'm not like ruling it out doing content I'm just not sure if it's the best place to put all this stuff. I want to focus everything on one area. So it's just, spreading my time and attention to all the different podcasts. It's draining, and I don't know if the benefit is there, but I'm definitely, yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, talked about that a lot. I mean, I think people don't really understand how much content I've put out over the years. All the Swole motions and the vlogs of talking about that shit behind the scenes. Go back and watch those earlier vlogs or any of the vlogs, and you'll see what it's like. The Swole motion series. I mean, that's kicked under the rug from most people. Those vlogs show all the behind the scenes from the start. What do you think of Mike Van Wyck? The name sounds familiar. I don't know who it is. Is that like the tattooed guy? I mean, I guess that's not really accurate. I don't know. I don't know. I don't consume a lot of content. I'm not like sitting there like watching people's shit all the time. So I don't know all like the names or the people that are popping off on social now. But that might be a guy. I mean, when I say the guy with tattoos, that's probably not really accurate enough. Is his name like, or what's his screen name? Is like Big Van Wyck or something? I've seen a couple things. Yeah, I'm kind of, neutral. The thing is, when you ask a question like, what do you think? It's like someone saying like, what do you think of Papa Swolio? And they're going to have an opinion. Either they like me or they think I'm a dick or whatever. They're not going to go through all the different contents. Like, what do I think about someone based on a couple of videos? Like, I'm not going to go and watch everything to get a full, complete idea of everything that they've ever said. But I think I've seen a couple of that guy's videos, and sounds like from what I've seen, and these are things like popping up in Reels or a TikTok or something like that. But actually circling back to the Gaindolf, like I definitely want to do either Procast or more Swole motions and stuff about the business, and happy to answer questions and stuff like that. The Dusty Dud, are you still friends with Alan Roberts? I'm on good terms with him. I haven't spoken to him in a long time, just to be honest. Like, I haven't communicated with him at all, but I don't have anything against Alan at all. But I forget when it was. That time period of 2019 and 2020, shit was just getting crazy. And I just put my head down and done my thing, and I'm not really too up to date on what everyone's doing. Like, someone asked a question the other day about him and like a supplement that he was doing. I wasn't really too aware of that. I'm not super plugged into every single platform either. Like the Swole team, like we're posting on so many different channels and things like that. I make sure I keep my focus where it's most valuable. Just, based on what Gaindolf was saying. It's so great. It's like our shirt that we have on the page. Have you seen that shirt on papaswolio.com, Gaindolf? You shall not fast. Go check it out. You probably like that a lot. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. It's all good. Andres, Papa Swolio, have you set any kind of goal regarding weights? Do you push yourself to add extra pounds gradually, or have you reached a certain limit? In martial arts, there's usually a kind of load limit. Interesting. So do I have any specific goals? Like I want to get to this X amount of weight? Not so much with weight. It's really about how I feel. It's about, my work capacity, but also maybe specific exercises. And for me, a win is hitting a movement or hitting a muscle in a certain way, like activating a certain muscle, like making sure I'm doing a certain exercise, like a Bulgarian split squat that's, uniloaded. So I can really hit the vastus lateralis more and the glutes and really feeling it there. And like, oh, that's a win for me. That's like, oh, sweet. I felt a sick pump exactly where I was trying to hit that area. So that's really something that I've always been interested in, is like targeting certain areas from like a bodybuilding standpoint. But aside from that, it's technique, it's steel club, it's the mace, and making sure that is more exciting for me. That takes a lot longer to build up that kind of capacity. When it comes to the steel clubs, I was doing single arm with the 25, but not like tons of reps. So like slowly inching up to that, because that's a lot of load on the connective tissue and joints. So I'm much more interested in getting stronger with those types of movements than like, hey, I'm benching 3 plates or 4 plates or 5 plates or squatting 3 plates or 4 plates. I'm not as concerned with like how much I deadlift, but I keep getting strong. Whenever I go back to those types of lifts, I keep getting stronger. And I'm telling you, it's all coming down. It's all about the fucking club, man. That club is epic. Club and the sled is fantastic. So doing Nordic curls, for example, improving the competency on certain lifts like that, like technique and executing something, that's just more of like what my goal would be. I think it's important too. I think it's important to shift your approach to fitness and wellness long term. Because if you don't, then it's just okay, more weight, more weight, more weight. If pure strength and whatever you're pushing is the be all end all of your progress, that's how people get hurt. That's just my personal like experience and opinion. Obviously, that's why I'm saying it. But most people just keep on going more and more and more, and that's how you get hurt. And that's not necessarily how you're going to build the most muscle. And if you're trying to build the most muscle, and in all honesty, my goal is not even to build the most muscle, because if I was, I would be eating, more frequently. I'd be making sure I'm getting in literally X amount of protein and really pushing myself and marking everything down. It's just not how I want to live my life. So my interest lies elsewhere, creating a lot of peace in my life, enjoying the butterfly garden, raising this fucking dog and the other puppies and Mama Swolio and fixing up the house here and stuff like that. I just have different goals, and my focus when it's training is being consistent, building those skills, definitely building muscle, but challenging myself. But lately what I've been doing is increasing the frequency and decreasing the volume per workout, but staying consistent and playing around with some different splits and things like that. So I've been having a lot of fun with the training. And like I said, it's more about the technique of those more specialty types of movements. Steven, do you ever smoke cigars? I actually love cigars. Indeed. I had one earlier today. Sunday Stogie. I like cigars. Okay. Let's see. Crystal Labandera. Papa Swole, question. Trying to grow rear delts. What do you suggest? And what's your favorite workout for that specific muscle? I would recommend doing, first off, you could do full across the body. You could do high-low cables. You can do bands are fantastic. Cable crossover machines are fantastic. Doing banded prone overhead press is great for the lower traps. It's great for the posterior deltoid. I'm not a huge fan of face pulls for the rear deltoid. You can do them. I do them to warm up sometimes for upper body, but I think they're just like, I don't like beat off over face pulls. Some people like literally get off like, oh my God, face pulls are the best thing ever. Like they're good. There's a lot of great exercise out there though. But when it comes to rear deltoid, it's going to be combination of like lighter weight, heavy, like high fucking reps, like isometrics and holds. Usually prone on a bench is fantastic. Doing like a low angle. Even if you really want to hit the posterior deltoid even more, you get that horizontal abduction, and you get the horizontal abduction, slight extension. So you're not at like a complete 90 degrees, but then you're externally rotate at the top. So that's going to get the three actions of the posterior deltoid. So you're moving your arms like back, extended, so you're a little bit below 90, and you're externally rotating your humerus. So you're really getting into the nips of those, the posterior deltoid. And if you're ever doing a shoulder workout or upper body, I always activate the posterior deltoid first. So if you really want to build your shoulders and get that 3D look, that's why I have like a fully developed posterior deltoid, is because whenever I used to do shoulder days or upper body days, still do it, I always do posterior deltoid first. I always prioritize that. Nico, what's your top 3 favorite fruits? I love mango. I love mango. Top 3 favorite fruits. Mango. I haven't had watermelon in a while, but I love watermelon. Mango, watermelon. I love avocado too. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky. I do love mango, blackberries. Depends on if they're like in season. Mostly what I eat would be mangoes, pineapple. Oh, I like pineapple too. I don't have a set top 3, but yes, someone asked about intermittent fasting, Pedro. Fuck your intermittent fasting. Yeah, I wouldn't say, you could check out the older vlogs. Look, that's going to be kind of like, yeah, there's some good stuff in there. Obviously, you want to hear about it from me now, because obviously, looking back on it, I have a lot more perspective and much more master at these things now. So the Swolenormous Pro division is something that's kind of poised to really get into some of these topics a lot deeper. If you have any specific questions, happy to answer them. Even during the regular podcast too. But yeah, there's so much content out there. Casey's Garage, Papa Swole, I'm 5 weeks into an elimination diet. Good for you. But my girlfriend is losing her mind eating only grass-fed beef. Any thoughts on motivating her to finish the last 3 weeks? Yeah, I got a couple ideas. She's losing her mind eating only grass-fed beef. Are you getting organ meats in? Are you only eating ground beef? She's losing her mind, feeling absolutely amazing. How do you feel? You don't have to, I mean, you're only eating grass-fed, but what are you eating? Like, what are the other things? An elimination diet doesn't mean you have to, like, only eat carnivore. You know what's funny? Mama Swolio was kind of like that at one point too. But now she just like, she gravitates, like she wants to eat. Like she goes after the liver and the bone marrow and the steak. And now it's, at first, I mean, it was kind of, you know, from her because she was shifting over. Now it's like, you just get hooked on it. You realize, oh my God, that's my fuel. Oh my God, that's actual deep nutrition. I don't feel satisfied when I eat anything else. I don't feel satisfied. Unless I'm eating that. Lacey. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Lacey. Go buy a steak and relax. Will do. Podcast stressing me out, fam. Kim, I'm curious if anyone has listened to or watched every single episode of the Daily Swole. I think some people have. I don't know. I mean, up to this point, but throughout the years of doing this, like we've had people say that they've gone back and caught up and listened to every single one. There are people that have gone back and listened to at least 1,000 or 1,500 episodes. Yeah, a lot have. I think I'm behind on some of these questions. I'm noticing the chat was from the Michelle and John drama. Oh, was that like the non-binary bullshit? Okay. Or whatever.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
I'm not plugged into YouTube. Like, I don't even know who's doing what. Like, we post content. We post clips and the vertical stuff. I don't make set YouTube content. I don't sit there and make videos for YouTube because they just throttled the fuck out of the channel. They literally just chop the legs out of the channel. So it's like, fuck you. They always fucked with me all the time. So I got tired of creating content for YouTube. It's like, well, then I'm going to go elsewhere. Don't need you. But I used to do a lot of videos for YouTube, like specifically for YouTube, but I don't know. The return's not worth it. Not currently. All right, let's see. Would you go on the Gaines cast with Alan and Mark Lobley? I don't even know they did a cast. I think you guys would be funny together and give good information. I don't know. I've gotten requests or like people reaching out to go on podcasts and stuff like that, and big names too in the fitness. And it was for like in-person stuff. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. Let's see. Saying, in your knowledge and research, will the elimination diet or specific food or natural medicine in your reverse diabetes? Well, it depends on how you're classifying, like what technically diabetes is. And we talk about type 2, right? So I think it depends on like what you call like technical, like what levels, whether it's A1C and X, Y, and Z would technically classify. I do know people. We've had people in the Swole fam that were like diagnosed with diabetes and did this kind of stuff, and they didn't have it anymore. I think everyone's different. It depends on how long your body has been under this kind of barrage of garbage food or constant like sugar levels and, what your metabolic function. I think some people have the ability to be a little bit more metabolically flexible, like fix their problems, and other people could be genetics. Like that could be, and this is where it comes into the conversation when it comes to genetics, when people say, well, it's my genetics, it's on the other. Look, anyone can be healthier than where you are now. Now, if your parents were morbidly obese and you were poisoned for 20, 30 years growing up, or 20 years, whatever it is, yeah, you might be, behind the starting line a couple 100 yards, but it doesn't mean you can't make massive improvements. And you might be more predisposed to storing extra body fat. That doesn't mean you can't get rid of the body fat that you have. It doesn't mean you can't make massive improvements. It just might mean that you have to be much more vigilant in your approach because of your parents, because of your upbringing, going through puberty and all these different things while you're morbidly obese, going through these hormonal changes, which really imprints hard. It's very hard to undo that shit when you're like obese when you're a child. So I think it really depends on a lot of those other things, but it's definitely possible. Brent's thyroid. Oh, Brent. I'm sorry to hear. I'm sorry to hear about your thyroid. I'm sorry to hear about your thyroid, Brent. First off, just finished week 2 of Scorched Earth. Let's fucking go. But question, I've been eating a crap. You been eating a crap? Oh no, you're eating... Great Scott! You're eating poopy? Don't eat crap. Don't eat crap. Brent's thyroid, follow up because your question cut off. Okay. Here's the follow up of this. I've been eating a lot more fruit, and I know you eat a lot of fruit, but should I be concerned about sugar intake? I mean, how much fruit are you eating? Don't eat more fruit than you're eating grass-fed beef and stuff like that. Like, eat your beef. It's definitely much different. It's much different than processed sugar. It's not processed sugar, because in those you're getting a lot of the sugar. You're not getting the combination of all the other micronutrients in the fruit. You're not getting the fiber and all the other aspects of the fruit that's within the fruit. That slows the absorption of the sugars. So, I mean, I eat a lot of fruit too, but if your energy levels are up, like you're training a lot, you're lifting a lot, you can consume a lot more of those foods. Personally, I don't like carnivore without fruit or any carbohydrates. I don't like that for weightlifting. I do like my fruit. I like dates, honey, fruit, beef, liver, steak. I have eggs now and again. I think I have some issues with eggs. I tend to, every once in a while, I just don't kind of crave them. There's something about them. I'm not sure if it's just the preparation. I try different things, but sometimes I have a little, distress when I'm eating eggs. And some people have egg allergies, so I kind of play around with that. But there's different ways to make eggs, right? I never had problems with like raw eggs and like raw yolks and things like that. But you can try them different ways if you have issues or different types of. Mike, Papa Swole, when running, I know you shouldn't strike heel first. I'm wondering if it's similar for walking. Should you try to hit more with the front of your foot first, or is it okay to hit with the heel first? I walk heel to toe when I'm walking. It's just natural. It's just natural. Like, think about it. If you go barefoot, how would you walk normally? Like, your body knows how to fucking walk and run. Even if you never do it barefoot, go barefoot. Like, let's say you're on grass. Even if you've never been barefoot in your life and run, you're not going to run heel to toe. Your body is you're naturally going to run on the balls of your feet. And you could hurt yourself too. I mean, your Achilles or something, like if you're very weak and the bone structure, but you're not going to run heel to toe. But if you're barefoot, it's just natural to walk heel to toe because the impact is minimal. You're also not supposed to be walking barefoot on like concrete. So, our bodies are not made for having a concrete world. So that's why when you have like barefoot shoes, there's zero drop, but there's still a little bit of a cushion because otherwise, you want to step on glass and shit like that. Or like we're not walking in the jungle, but even walking in the jungle or outside, you step on a pricker or I step on shit all the time. Like my foot. Mama Swole always laughs because my feet are always getting jacked up. Like I'll step on something like a bee stings my foot and I'll come in, or like my toenail chips, or I'll kick something and my toenail splits open because I kicked like a metal thing in the gym because we moved it and I forgot we moved it and I kicked it and it was bad. So, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Your thyroid. Isabel, I'm getting some time off from work this next few weeks. I'm going to totally binge Daily Swole episodes and get back into training heavy. Good for you. Let's get some gorillas. Hell yeah. Make those gains. Yeah, I love fruit. I love fruit. I mean, trust me, the reason why fruit is great, especially in the summer, and that's when fruit is ripe. It's in the spring, summer, right? Even in the fall, when you have like up north, you have apples and pumpkins and stuff like that, squash and shit like that. But that's because the days are longer. And when you're eating fruit, think of how in nature, fresh water is not easy to come by. If you're just in the woods, you have to find a stream. Finding water is not easy. So eating fruit has water and fluids. So you're literally getting energy as well as fluids. So that's why in the summer, longer days, you can consume more calories, or more waking hours, longer calories, hotter days, more hydration. Heidi, Papa Swolio, that's where I am. Grew up in a very abusive and neglectful household with food as love. I'm behind, but I can attest that you're correct. You can always do something to improve your health. Thank you for sharing. Good for you, Heidi. 100%. 100%. Steven, is drinking raw egg safe, cage free? I'll preface this with, Now, this is my opinion. I'm not telling you to eat raw eggs. I've never had a problem. I've eaten cage-free from like Publix, like the brown eggs and organic brown, whatever. I've drank like the liquid egg whites. I've never had a problem. Personally, I would make sure you're getting pastured eggs. I would make sure you're getting soy-free eggs. And personally, I'm not a big fan of like the egg whites. The yolk's the most important thing. So is it safe? It's safe if it's clean, right? It's safe if they're quality eggs. But a lot of times the eggs that you'll get are, from sick hens, and they're packed in and they're fed garbage. So safe is a relative term. But personally, I never drank or ate, raw eggs and then, oh my God, I had really bad issues. I think I have a very strong digestive system too, because I've been exposed to all these things from eating liver and raw eggs for like a decade and a half. I've been eating raw eggs for like 20 fucking years, actually. So, I mean, the only time that I really had some kind of like food poisoning, quote unquote, was the last time several months ago or whatever it was when Mama Swole, I told you about this probably, if you watch the show, we had sushi. And then afterwards, oh man, I went to the bathroom and it was like 30 minutes of just pissing out my asshole. And then I was fine. So I knew exactly what it was. And haven't had sushi since. Sashimi. I haven't had since. Just not a good association. It's like, yeah, I'm not ready to walk the plank on that again. It's like going on a roller coaster without a seatbelt. Like, I'm good. Let me just have some beef instead. Okay. All right. I think we're there. We got a little tainty boy. All right. Good questions, fam. Really good questions. I'm really stoked to get more involved with some of these questions, and definitely interested in doing some more like Procast. So something like that, like with the Procast, or even like Red, White, and Swole. I think I want to do something more like Swole Fam crowdsourced, where like in the chats, because we have a Swole Fam, we have a Swolenormous Procast chat. We also have a Red, White, and Swole chat. So, I would like to do something more along the lines of like answering specific questions and topics. So I'm definitely open to that. Of course, if you're here on Ask Papa Swolio Live, or during the regular podcast, you can ask a question. Happy to answer it. So that doesn't have to be 7 pillars or fitness questions. All right. So let's give away today's Swole card. Hashtag Swole Privilege. We were giving that away. And we're showing some Tainty Boy. Reminder, tomorrow we have our Swole Fam accountability meeting at 12 noon Eastern time. So if you're not yet a member, now's a chance to join. SwoleNormousX.com. Tomorrow, 12 noon, all the information right there on your homepage and your Get Started series. So make sure you're there for that. It's going to be legit. As always, it's going to be a fun time. Best way to start the week. Let's give away today's Swole card. Fam wise. Falcon, take us away. Thank you, Falcon. Thank you. Far too kind. Far too kind. Banana. Oh, bananas are good too. Oh my God, we got one. Pedro El Superman. Congratulations. Oh my God, fucking rigged. Congratulations, Pedro. Been a hot minute since you pulled down a Swole card. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2256 in the subject and your mailing address in the body of the email. Fucking legit. And so fitting with the Swole privilege, right? Congratulations, brother. Oh my God, we're gonna do some soundboard action right now. We're gonna have a fun week. I got a couple other surprises. I got another surprise for you all on Tuesday, Tainty Tuesday. It should be ready to go on Tainty Tuesday. So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna level up this show, take this show to the next fucking level.
How about I send you a hobo's dick cheese?
Ah, yes, those Dominion voting machines are finally in working order. That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
The attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
I am the danger.
Mr. Strickland.
You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
I like to caress rusty spoons.
Oh, we haven't hit the soundboard for that in a while. Oh, we got a little Tainty Boy.
Chlorophyll. More like Boroville.
I got hairy legs. Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth. $1.4 trillion worth.
Don't
out
nobody
of
go to
$1.4
John Silver's tonight.
billion. Excuse me, $1.4 trillion.
Oh my God!
Look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there like a little lady in a race car.
Loud noises!
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Fucking nailed it again. Undefeated.
Are there any women here today?
Now I know you'd love to just sit there and keep being not slim, but we gotta work a little today, okay?
What are you doing down there? What are you doing, bro? Look at him. What is this?
Because you are a disgusting fat body.
Fucking nailed it again. Nailed it.
You trying to squeeze an inch in on me somewhere, huh?
It's all bullshit. All of it.
No medication except my fucking antidepressants.
No hands. How's he do it? All right, fam. We did it. We did it. Very nice.
Great Scott!
Fucking people.
You fucking people. What a great mancast. It was awesome. Great episode. Good questions. A little from the Instagram. Sucked a huge nut. But the live stream questions were fantastic. So, fam, we'll see you tomorrow for the accountability meeting, 12 noon Eastern time for members. Join now, swolenormousx.com. All the private live streams are available with all memberships, so you can get started for less than $5. No fucking excuses. Just don't go to Dunkin' Donuts once, and you can join the Swole fam for a fucking month. Stop eating garbage. Stop putting fucking trash in your face and invest in your health for once. Join the greatest fam in the realm, and we'll see you tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time. We'll be back here for the public streams on Tuesday for 22:58. And remember, during the accountability meetings, we give away a mystery Swole card. A mystery Swole card, so you don't know what it's going to be until it arrives on your doorstep. All right, tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. Peace, McGee's. Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element.